Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Explain Like I'm Five. And I'm your host, Ruhi. And today we have Slava and Tristan, the founder of Entangle, with us. Hi, Slava. Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Ruhi. Such a big pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you both as well. So let's not waste further time, and let's get started since your protocol is so interesting. And like since when I was reading about it, it was like I did not want the white paper to end. So to put context for our audience, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your background in the blockchain and DeFi space, and what led you to create Entangle?
Sure thing. My name is Slava. I'm the CIO and co-founder of Entangle, leading innovation here. I'm originally from Denmark, and I come from a computer science background, having graduated from Chemnitz University 8 years ago. Chemnitz is in the eastern part of Germany, for those that don't know that. Aside from a computer science background, I'm also a professional musician, as I have a wide career as a pianist, which helps with innovation at Entangle. My background in the blockchain space is due to my immense interest in architecture, where I initially stumbled upon the Chainlink white paper many years ago, where this really got me down the rabbit hole of DeFi, where I ultimately started building yield farming and trading bots, especially in the more like exotic blockchains such as Tezos or Phantom, like where it was really profitable back in 2020 or even 2019. So in generally, my experience led me to conclude that there was like a severe lack of trustworthy architecture and that liquidity was incredibly inefficient, scattered, and fragmented. Ultimately, I met Faisal, which is a close family friend of my brother, around 2 years ago, or maybe a little bit more. It's been such a long time. So, for context, Faisal is the CEO of Entangle and comes from a TradFi background, having been a consultant in major banks and building TradFi products. His experience in DeFi comes from trading for a family and friends fund and infrastructure participation in DeFi. That also led him to the same experiences and conclusions of a deeply inefficient, unscalable, and fragmented DeFi ecosystem. This led to the birth of Entangle Liquidity Resolved.
Amazing, amazing. So did we cover Tristan, or I guess let Tristan speak for himself as well now?
Sure. So my name's Tristan. I'm the CMO of Entangle. So I lead all of our go-to-market strategy, content designs. I help alongside the business development and also work with the product as well. So there's many sectors to cover, but I think the reason why we've done such a good job with our marketing and content is I've actually come from quite a diverse crypto background. So myself, I've actually been in basically every sector of crypto throughout my 3-year career, being NFTs, GameFi, cross-chain bridges, now DeFi with our Entangle protocol. And I think it's been really fun to work with the DeFi community and bring all of these different sectors and the advantages of what I've seen together. And it's really helped facilitate our community and product to be a bit more than a DeFi product, and we're really expanding on all the different sectors and finding the utilities that we can bring together to create the bigger picture of Entangle.
Okay, so with hearing everybody's profiles, I'm like pretty amazed. Like from a pianist like Slava, hats off to you, man. Have been so difficult to learning music and just gaining your interest and then shifting your whole life around. Even you all working as a trader and going to from the core blockchain things coming together and making a protocol like this, that explains a lot. It's really fascinating to see like how these complex profiles created the entangle. And yeah, it actually goes with the name as well. And I'm really sure like many of our viewers can relate to being curious about how things work behind the scenes. So before that, like viewers who are just starting to explore DeFi, we'll be putting in the links for Entangle in the description for your reference, so that they could go through it one by one. And if they have any problems, you can always reach out to the community and ask questions directly. And now let's first things first. I want to define in simple terms, like what does Entangle protocol do, and what problems does it solve in the DeFi space?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So let's go to break down what Entangle Protocol actually does and how it addresses the challenges in the DeFi realm. At its core, the Entangle Protocol offers two products, which is the Entangle Oracle solution and Liquid Vaults. Think of these two essential tools designed to overcome specific challenges in a DeFi space. So if we look at the first problem, which is probably obvious to everyone in the DeFi space, which is fragmented liquidity. In the vast world of blockchain, multiple protocols are vying for liquidity, like the centralized exchanges, lending and borrowing protocols, gaming protocols, and futures and options. Imagine these protocols as cities and blockchains as countries. Right now, the connection between the cities is like a basic road. There's no express highway or fast train tracks. This slows down movement, or in DeFi terms, it causes liquidity to be scattered, reducing potential revenue and hampering the user experience. So with the Liquid Vaults, which is Entangle's solution, we're like creating express highways and fast trains for liquidity between these cities. So just to give you an example, if you're a liquidity provider in a decentralized exchange, for example, Trader Joe on AVAX, you typically get an LP token in return as a receipt, which you then can stake for more yield in the yield farm. But that's pretty much it. That's the end of the story. But with Entangle's Liquid Vaults Dapp, this LP token gets transformed into a liquid vault, which is a receipt of the staked LP token. So it's like akin to a key which can unlock the LP token. Now, this key, this liquid vault, gives you more opportunities, or it unlocks more opportunities, as you could say. So now you can use this key for capital efficiency, deposit it as a collateral on a lending and borrowing protocol, or supercharge yield by providing this liquid vault for additional liquidity to a derivatives protocol offering perpetual futures or options. Now, I'll just give it over for Tristan to explain the Oracle. I've talked for too long already.
Sure thing. Great explanation. So I think the second problem would be on the scalability and efficiency side of DeFi. So envision blockchains as countries with outdated systems where transactions are slow and expensive. So this hampers the swift and effective decision making, which negatively impacts the entire ecosystem. The Entangle Oracle solutions answer. So think of our Oracle solution as a modern infrastructure, enabling these countries to swiftly and securely transact with one another, meaning that there's no barriers in between, whether that's like speed and latency or security, or even just the free flowing assets that can be used, like LP tokens. So the Entangle Oracle offers smart contract automation, just like replenishing bank balances. It automates functions to ensure protocols run smoothly without the need for manual review or labor. Then we have price feeds, which is like real-time market data, which is very important to make sure that assets are being tracked precisely and accurately. We also have real-world data, information which is beyond just the crypto sphere. So as you might know, crypto assets and tracking isn't just all about being on chain. There's also off chain inputs, which are quite necessary to make the ecosystem run without causing any errors or issues with price tracking. And we have cross chain interoperability. So, this is like the international banking system, but for blockchains. So, this makes the transactions across different blockchains much smoother and allows them to speak to one another in a very efficient manner. So powering all of this is the Entangle blockchain, which boasts a super fast block time speed of under 1 second, which is currently a lot faster than other industry competitors that we see. So ensuring this accuracy and security of data is our decentralized network of keepers. The keepers gather and cross-reference and verify information for the Entangle blockchain before it's used by any other protocol. So in essence, Entangle is building the expressways and advanced infrastructure that DeFi space urgently needs to operate more smoothly and effectively.
Yeah, also just to clarify for the viewer, there may be some confusion. So the Entangle Oracle solution is the product that allows all these things, and the infrastructure behind it is composed of the Entangle blockchain, where information is verified and stored, and then you have the keepers, which are like sending information between and forth the Entangle blockchain or any sources, on-chain or off-chain sources, or any external blockchains, the countries where the data needs to be delivered to.
So, okay, if I were to simplify it for our audience, so I can use some symbolism, like you use the express highway one. So, Entangle is like, the express highway that, lets you move your money around different chains without needing a degree in blockchain wizardry, if I'm not wrong.
I guess that's a that's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah. And yeah, that since if blockchain wizardry, if you don't need a degree in that, of course magic is made mainstream. That means adoption, of course the adoption numbers will go up afterwards. So yeah, that's so cool. Now okay, it was such a great explanation of what the protocol does. Like I guess the users would get enough context of what is coming next for them. So now, further, let's go into the explain like M5 section, which the users await the most. So your objective here would be to walk us through the product, show us pretty much everything that we need to know, and perhaps you can drop some alpha in between so that everyone prepares for what to expect in the near future. And you all would be doing this, all of that assuming that I am 5 years old, okay, or maybe my parents know what the product is all about. If you're ready, you can take over and share your screen.
Okay, so on top, oh, you don't see the top. So this is the test.entangle.fi. That is a web page for the testnet of our product. In here, we allow users to use liquid vaults and also be delegators to the Entangle blockchain. So before we actually start, as a normal user, what you would do here is you would go to verify first, and this gives you an explanation of the Entangle testnet. Now you would get faucet tokens, and this redirects you to our Discord, where you will verify your profile, your Discord account with your phone number, and then you copy and paste your wallet address. This allows you to get faucet tokens to experiment with the Entangle testnet. So the second thing that you can do here on the Entangle testnet is to delegate Entangle tokens to the Entangle blockchain, to a validator, for example. So let's just click delegate. So our beautiful UI shows how many Entangle tokens are currently staked. We currently have 3 validators. Maybe I can spill some beans here. So in the next week, this number of 3 validators is going to be much, much larger, as we are going to allow community and external validators to come in and also validate for the Entangle blockchain.
Amazing.
And here it shows the average validator on top. So assuming you have Entangle tokens, you select one of the validators, and then you select the amount of Entangle tokens you want to delegate, and then you click delegate. And of course, you can also undelegate, which we also want community members to try and do. So then you undelegate tokens from a validator.
Okay.
Now, why is validation and delegation necessary? So validators are the one running the Entangle blockchain. They propose and vote and commit to blocks, which are part of the distributed ledger of the Entangle blockchain. Delegators are the one trusting the validators. It's like politicians are the one running a country, but it needs its citizens to vote for the politicians. And this is exactly what staking and delegation for a validator is. Now, if I may continue, I will go towards the third feature, Entangle Testnet, which is stake. So when you have registered and received faucet tokens through the Discord bot, you have also been airdropped LP tokens from a DEX. For example, on Arbitrum, this DEX is Stargate USDC LP tokens or USDT LP tokens. So what you're allowed now to do here is that you can click stake, and then you click the amount of LP tokens that you want to stake, and then you're going to receive an amount of liquid vaults in return of USDT Stargate LP tokens. And under the exchange feature, this is something a little bit more complex. So as well as when you registered and verified your Discord profile, you were airdropped USDC to your wallet. Now you can go in from Arbitrum As you see, we're currently in Arbitrum, for example. And now you can actually do something very cool. You can buy an liquid vault on another chain based on an LP token on another chain. So for example, if we look towards the BSC USD BUSD example, we're actually buying a liquid vault, which is backed by an LP token on PancakeSwap on Binance Smart Chain. So actually, we're doing cross-chain or cross-country transactions. So with a USDC, you can buy underlying LP tokens through liquid vaults of another chain. And then the last feature is transfer. Now, if you have a liquid vault on any chain, for example, Arbitrum, let's say you want to transfer it to Avalanche, and this is transferred using the Entangle Oracle solution. Then you can transfer the liquid vault from Arbitrum to Avalanche to then utilize it there for further opportunities, which are going to come in the coming weeks, such as lending and borrowing, or further staking it to the Bridge protocol. Now, if we just go back, what I mentioned before is where you can provide your LSD, the liquid vault, for enhanced yield, which is supercharged. This is where you will stake your liquid vault to the Bridge protocol. This is going to be launched very soon, as we have a number of partners willing to test the acceptance of our liquid vaults. And of course, here's also going to be the utilization of liquid vaults for lending and borrowing protocols, which will also badly can't wait to showcase for the dear Entangle community and anyone else. So I think this was pretty much it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any.
Yeah, I think the way you explained it, it's already, it's a very comprehensive plan, it's a very thought out plan. If I have, liquidity assets on chain A and I want to use them on chain B, with Entangle, like I won't have to go through the trouble of converting it, bridging it towards, that's a very complicated process. And till date, I always have this doubt that I'll mix it up, I'll F up somewhere or the other. But with this, I can directly access assets on chain B, and with just a click, and thanks to the liquid walls that you mentioned, backed by LP tokens. So bridging is just gone after this. Once I'm just waiting for each and every update to come out soon. Actually, I don't think I have more questions. The politician example you gave, I think that was the moment. I think I just understood each and everything. Like from the perspective of a 5-year old, of course, everybody knows about that. The way you explained it. Thank you so much. So there's this last question for me now. So if people were to connect with the Entangle community and stay updated for the latest news, since they have to, since we want them to connect there, and they might have their fair share of questions as well. So what should they do? Like
Sure,
where? Yeah.
I'm happy to answer this one. So I'm actually thrilled to share details about our new initiative, the Entangle Elite program. So the Entangle Elite program has been designed with our community in mind. We wanted to create an exclusive platform where our most dedicated users can actively engage with our ecosystem and, in return, earn some fantastic rewards. So, what makes Entangle Elite stand out is its competitive nature. We host fortnightly and monthly competitions, creating an exciting and rewarding environment for our top contributors. But it's not only just about competitions. We've implemented a meticulous tracking system that monitors participation in every campaign we initiate. For their involvement, we reward participants with OATs, or on-chain activity tokens. These tokens serve as an on-chain verification of their participation in our ecosystem. As the community accumulates OATs, they're merely not gathering points. Once they amass a significant amount, they become eligible for special awards from us. This might be a future competition, which is special access or VIP only to users who have these OATs. And in a way, this allows us to express our gratitude to their dedication and engagement within Entangle. If the style of Entangle Elite isn't for you, we also have a public Galaxy campaign where community members can complete tasks within our ecosystem to earn points and climb the leaderboard. We believe having multiple campaigns allows for members to choose what suits them best, as we know different types of content writing or designs might not be for everyone. So we want to accommodate people who might not have as much time in their day, but to still be a part of our ecosystem and earn some special rewards for doing so. So for those who have joined or considering joining our Discord channel, they'll find it with brimming with warmth and knowledge, as our moderators are well versed in the nuances of the crypto space and are always able to guide and assist and encourage in insightful conversations. So, further enhancing the experience is our testnet, like the ones Slava discussed previously. And by using it, members can witness firsthand the benefits we aim to introduce, especially on our focus on augmentating liquidity and the utility for assets within the DeFi landscape. And lastly, education and continuous engagement are the pillars of Entangle philosophy. So every week we roll out a diverse content range from educational articles, partnership updates, ecosystem highlights, product breakdowns, and more. So for those of you keen on staying updated with our daily activities, our Twitter channel is a treasure chest of information, insights, and cool designs.
All right. So basically, you have each and everything organized for a person who is at any level of their crypto journey. So I would say that's so cool. Like the community in itself, the way it's being managed, the initiatives that are being taken, that would guide and support each and every user. And like, of course, I'm really hoping it would build a strong community for you. And I think it is as of now. So there's one more thing before we wrap up. So is there anything else, Slava and Christian, like, since this show is specifically made for beginners in the DeFi, who are just starting out, so do you have any piece of advice for them? Not financial advice, of course, but something to let them abide by.
Yeah, the first things first, I want to say not your keys, not your coins, and always be careful whenever you go to a link you see either on Discord or Twitter or whatever. Always verify with an official website and never trust anyone that writes you a message anonymously on Telegram. Uh, they're all scammers. Always be careful, and especially don't connect your wallet to websites that you're not sure that you can trust 110%, as you should always be careful with your money, just like as you would with your cash or in your bank. You wouldn't want to show your banking information to everyone.
Exactly. That's such true words. Of course, like once I'll see, Entangle everywhere, like, once it's everywhere, I'll be putting your comments down. Like, remember that time you said this. So be ready for that.
Amazing.
Yeah. So Tristan, anything from your side?
Yeah, I think Slava made some very good points about security, but maybe something from myself and what's helped me get ahead in my shortish career in crypto is doing my own research and testing products myself, because there's a lot of opinion leaders on Twitter, in Discord, on YouTube, but I don't think many people actually take the time to research the product themselves or actually use it, because often you'll see the headlines of different products doing extremely well in the market, but sometimes they might not actually be that great when you actually get to the testing screen. So I think my biggest takeaway from what I've done is just creating my own thoughts and thesis for how things might play out in the future, and just creating an analysis based off my own opinions and experience. And I think asking the dumb questions as well, because no question's too dumb, and it's always going to help you get much further ahead, even if it might seem embarrassing.
Of course. That's so true. Yeah. Such positive messages from both of you, and thank you so much for sharing your insights and breaking down the Entangle protocol for us in such a relatable way. So it's been a pleasure having you on the show. And Thank you, everybody, and like all of our viewers for tuning in. Remember, exploring the world of DeFi is like embarking on an exciting adventure. With the platforms like Entangle, you have got the perfect guide. So stay curious and keep learning. That's and what Slava says, not your keys, not your keys, not your money. And Tristan, do your own research. So both of these are make them as key pillars of your DeFi journey. And until next time, keep growing. Thank you so much.